Daf Yomi, Tractate Zevachim, page 54b. Last two words of the previous summon were V'chitema. The Gemara comments, and if you would say, now we're on the top of 54b, with the words Degayez le Avanim Shlemos Ksiv. If you would say that he cuts the base on the southern and western sides after he has poured the mixture of the altar and it is dried, it is written concerning the altar, you shall build the altar of the Lord your God of unhewn stones, and you shall offer burnt offerings on it to the Lord your God. Deuteronomy 27 verse 6. So it cannot be cut. Dimaches mide metute ishakele di lo zevachi hod amarav kahana avalim shel kranos chanulos hayu ichsiv umalu kimizrak kezavios mizbeach kezavis mizbeach hachanam avalim shlemos marachmana el lemachas mine mitute v'shakele hachanam mine machis mide mitute v'shakele. Rav could answer, this means that he places something under the frame in the place where there is to be no base, and after the poured mixture has dried, he removes it, leaving the space empty. As if you do not say, how will you explain that which Rav Kahana says the hewn interiors of the corners were hollow, meaning there were gaps between the stones, as is written, and they shall be filled like the basins, like the corners of the altar, Zechariah 9:15. The verse compares the corners to hollow basins. Here too, doesn't the merciful one state that the altar must be made of unhewn stones? If so, how could the corners be hollow? Rather, it must be that he places something, for example sticks and twigs, under the frame, and he pours the mixture for the corners over it, and when it has hardened, removes the sticks and twigs, leaving the corners somewhat hollow. Here too, he places something under the frame, and later removes it. Darash Rava Mai Dichsiv Vayelech David u'Shmuel Vayeshvu Benoyot Barama V'chima inyan Noyot Etzel Rama Noyoth Ela Asher Yosh Barama V'eskim Benoyot Shelo Yinam. Apropos to the altar in the temple, the Gemara relates that Rava taught, what is the meaning of that which is written concerning David? And he and Samuel went and dwelt in Nayoth. And it was told Saul, saying, behold, David is at Nayoth in Ramah. 1 Samuel 19:18-19. But what does Nayoth have to do with Ramah? There are two distinct places. Rather, this means that they were sitting in Ramah and were involved in discussing the beauty of the world, meaning the temple. Noyo. Like Nae, Noyo. So Noyo. So Rabbi said it means they were discussing the temple when they were in Ramah. Amri Ketiv V'kamta alit v'alit el amakom. למה שבית המקדש גבוה מכל ארץ ישראל? בארץ ישראל גבוה מכל הארצות. ולא היו ידי דוכתי היכל. David and Samuel said, it was written, then you shall arise and get you up to unto the place which the Lord your God shall choose. Deuteronomy 17 verse 8. This teaches that the temple is higher than all places in Eretz Israel. And Eretz Israel is higher than all countries. They did not know where the highest place in Eretz Israel was. Ayeto Sofer Yehoshua וכולו כסיב וירד ועל הגבול ותאר הגבול בשבט בנימין ועלה כתיב וירד לא כתיב Amri ישמע מן haka ובמקומו. They brought the book of Joshua with regard to all the borders of the tribes as written and went down. See Joshua 15:10, 16 verse 3, and 17 verse 9. And it is written, and the border went up to Beth Hogla, Joshua 15 verse 6. And the border was drawn from the top of the mountain to the fountain of the waters of Nephtoah, Joshua 15 verse 9. The verse uses different terms to describe the borders of the portion of each tribe. And with regard to the borders of the tribe of Benjamin, it is written only, and went up, Joshua 18:11. But it is not written, and went down. They said, conclude from the verses that the temple's place is here in the portion of Benjamin. Savor lemi yanaye bein etam demi midle amrin tebe kaliv ditiv dichtiv ubein keshet ubein ketevav shachen. They thought to build it at Ain Etam, which is higher than any other place in the portion of Benjamin, and they said, let us lower it a bit, as is written, he covers it throughout the day, and he dwells between his shoulders. Deuteronomy 33:12. This indicates that the temple is situated slightly lower between two peaks. ויבוא יסיימה גמילי לסנהדרין ולחלקות יהודה ושכינה בחלקות בנימין והיא מדלינה מתפלג טובה מוטב דניתתה בפורטה דכתיב ובין כתביו שלכם. And if you wish, say instead that it is learned as a tradition that the Sanhedrin is to be located in the portion of Judah, and the place of the divine presence is to be located in the portion of Benjamin. They said, and if we raise it and place it near Ain Etam, it would be too distant from the portion of Judah. They said it's preferable that we lower it a bit, as is written, he covers it throughout the day, and he dwells between his shoulders. Deuteronomy 33:12. Yalo zenit kana doeg adomi beDavid dichtiv ki kinat betcha achaladni uchetiv zechor Hashem David et kol unoto asher nishba Hashem v'gomer im avo ohel beiti v'gomer im eten shnat le'enai le'afapai t'numa. And with regard to this matter that David and Samuel discovered the location of the temple, Doeg the Edomite was jealous of David, as it is written, because jealousy for your house has eaten me up. Okay. Psalm 69:10. And it is written, Lord, remember for David all his affliction, how he swore to the Lord and vowed unto the mighty one of Jacob, I will not come into the tent of my house, nor go up into bed that spread for me, if I will give sleep to my eyes or slumber to my eyelids, until I find a place for the Lord, a dwelling place for the mighty one of Jacob. Psalms 132, verse 1-5. Hine שמענוה באפרתה מצאנוה בשדה יער. באפרתה זה יהושע, תקעתי באפרים, מצאנוה בשדה יער זה בנימין, דכתיב בנימין זאב יתרעב. The verse following those verses states, we heard of it as being in Ephrath. We found it in a field of wood. Psalms 136 verse 2. I'm sorry, 132 verse 6. Rav explains the meaning of these words. In Ephrat, this is a reference to Joshua, who came from the tribe of Ephraim. This alludes to the fact that David and Samuel were able to locate the highest place in Israel based on the book of Joshua. We found it in the field of the wood. This is a reference to Benjamin. As is written concerning him, Benjamin is a wolf that tears apart. In the morning he devours his prey, and in the evening he divides the spoil. Genesis 49:27. The wolf is a wild animal living in the field, or the forest. And David and Samuel found the location of the temple in the portion of Benjamin. And that's the end of that, and now we start a new Mishnah. Zevachim tzibur v'shamos Elohein hashamos Hashem muzelos Hashem ilos Hashem shimcha charufa Hashem nazir Hashem tzoira Hashem taloi. These are the halachot of communal peace offerings and guilt offerings. These are guilt offerings. The guilt offering for robbery brought by one from whom another demanded payment of the debt and he denied it and took a false oath. See Leviticus 5:20 through 26. The guilt offering for unwitting misuse of consecrated property. See Leviticus 5:14 through 16. The guilt offering of an espoused maidservant brought by one who engaged in intercourse with a Canaanite maidservant betrothed to a Hebrew slave. See Leviticus 19:20-22. The guilt offering of a Nazarite who became impure via contact with a corpse. See Numbers 6:12. The guilt offering of a leper brought for his purification. See Leviticus 14:12. And the provisional guilt offering brought by one who is uncertain as to whether he committed a sin that requires a sin offering. See Leviticus 5:17-18. Concerning all these, their slaughters in the north of the temple courtyard, and collection of their blood is in a service vessel in the north, and their blood requires 2 placements, therefore. And the meat portions of the offering are eaten within the curtains, meaning the temple courtyard, by male priests, and they are eaten, prepared in any manner of food preparation, on the day the offering was sacrificed, and during the night that follows until midnight.